You know, sometimes you just have to have breakfast with a fat man. Doesn't matter what the topic is. You know, I'm just finishing up that all night job. So this is my fourth installment, or day 12 of the 4 days that I tried to put into one so I can get ahead of the game, so to speak. Doing my homework, doing my GM little dance there, how it works, right? Anyway, this is day 12 of the RPG Brigades, RPG a day, 31 days in August for 2017. I'll get it in the right order eventually. Time is over, right? Which RPG has the most inspiring interior art? Oh, geez. You know, it's almost a cop out to sit there and tell you, well, you know as well as I do that pretty much everyone that's put out today, they go out of their way. They come in, games come in two categories. They come in low low overhead, low investment categories where these are small companies who are either just starting out or individuals who are trying to get a break and don't have the resources and funds for an elaborate setup. And of course, the big gorillas, the guys with the deep pockets that can afford professional lawyers or professional. I got lawyers on the brain. It's got to do with probate anyway. Professional artists and creative individuals that can come up with some pretty fantastic commercial grade, Hollywood grade stuff. You know, I'd have to say it's a toss up for me. I think some of the best interior art, color wise, and black and white as well, has to be a toss between BattleTech and that's BattleTech slash MechWarrior, because technically they're two different systems, even though they kind of go hand in hand. And Shadowrun always inspired me with the visuals of a dark cyberpunk neo future that humanity is inching its way towards, and it's the most likeliest potential future for the near future especially in America, but for humanity in general. The visual artwork and stuff there really pops and makes it easy to visualize, visualize what a less than utopia society is going to look like in, say, 100 years, based off of what we know, and of course things like the influences of the Neuromancer and Blade Runner and 100 others, right? So to me, that's the best pick. Uh, Whatever inspired me was whatever was there. Of course, I'm not an art aficionado, so no offense. I mean, I wasn't about that. I was about the stuff in the game that brought the world, or gave me the tools to bring the world to life, right? And there's some really good stuff by some unknown artists and people that don't ever get the credit that they ought to. And then there are some that are, well, they get the credit. I understand that there's a couple people in the brigade here that have had some luck in that department, and I think that's awesome. You know, there was a time where I would felt honored and special to know somebody like that, and nowadays, well, I'm getting older and I applaud your effort, and I got respect for the work and effort you put in. I mean, I'm an amateur artist myself, and I will never acknowledge myself in any way a professional great artist. My mother was, you know, by hands down, but myself, I never had the time really to focus on it. It's a demanding, uh, a demand. It's not a hobby. It's a demanding. And I can't think of the word. I'm a would be wordsmith, but and I know the word I want. I just can't put my finger on it. These people devote a big chunk of their life to improving this skill set and this talent. And they say that good artists are born, not made, and there's a lot of truth to that. You can argue all you want that you can learn it and you go to school, blah blah blah, and that's true. but there's a knack for it. And I say that in all professional trades. Uh, the same thing goes for a mechanic. Anybody can learn the basic mechanics of maintenance on a vehicle, but to do it well and then enjoy what you do, that takes a different set of skills and talents. And there are certain people that just seem to have that way with mechanics, way with machinery, that boggles the brain of those of us who don't. I've never had that right brain mentality of that uh, my math is not my long suit by a mile, but my creativity is in abundance. That's worked for me and against me on a number of occasions. You know, what's inspired me probably more than individual art or a game specific particular game's art is the stuff that my fellow players and GMs have cobbled together to express something that they wish to show to the rest of their group, to give an idea of what something looked like or what their character looked like. And they made a lot of effort, even though it may have lacked some nuances and some, more than rough around the edges. There's my inspiration when it comes to artwork. I think that's the best kind because it came from the heart and it came from the soul. And these people show that they are immersing themselves in the world we're creating together jointly. You know, there was a topic a while back about that subject, immersing yourself. Those that fail to immerse don't see the difference, and either you get it or you don't. Either you blend in or you don't. It's like going to a movie that you really don't care about at the beginning, and then by the end of the movie, you become invested in the characters or the situation or whatever, and then even to the point of becoming emotionally moved. That holds true for older fellows than younger fellows. I think we have a tendency to be a little more weepy-eyed as we get older. We don't like to admit that, but that's the truth right there. So there it is, day 12, question 12. Which RPG has the most inspiring interior art? There you have it. And meanwhile, Batman's going to get on with his breakfast and then go home and get some much needed sleep because I have a couple more jobs this evening. That's the nature of the beast. Y'all have yourself a very good day.